Dawn. Welcome to On the Rail with Techno Tawsh. I'm having such a pleasure of sitting with you and getting to chat with you here in Prague, actually. The first time that I ever heard one of your tracks that really, really hit with me was when John Summit played your track Back Tomorrow in one of his sets. And it just stuck with me ever since. And I actually saw your set for the first time live in Tulum earlier this year.
Oh, yeah.
At Masquerade by Claptone. So I wanted to start with that. I know that you did the Tulum event. You just came back from Medellin. What is it like working with him, and how is that whole relationship? How did it even come about?
First time I started playing for the Masquerade was in 2021. It was ADE, just right after COVID. That set went really well. So afterwards, I started doing more masquerades. I think the music that I play fits the brand really well, and I get along really well with Claptone, so I'm super happy about it.
Actually, when I went to your event in Tulum, I had such a fantastic time, and actually I enjoyed your set the most out of everybody that played that night. And I'm not saying it just because we're next to each other, I swear. It was like, and the bass was like killing us. It was so amazing. I know that you've been working a lot with Defected because you signed with them, right? So what is it like working with Defected, if you could say what it represents to you?
I think they are by far the biggest house label in the world, and they've been a staple in house music for 25 years or so. It's great to be affiliated with a brand that is that strong and that kind of represents house music. I've been working with them since 2018, since I signed in Arms. And then afterwards, I kept signing songs with them. Then they signed me to their booking agency. And I became a resident on a lot of shows. I'm still playing loads of Defected shows, but I'm really happy with the job. I feel this job, some people don't really realize it's a very lonely job. So I'm by myself everywhere, you know. And the great thing is with Defected, there's loads of DJs that play often for the brand. There's loads of people who work for the brand that travel around the world. So if you play a Defected show, there's like DJ XYZ that you know, and there's staff that you know. So it feels like I'm with my colleagues, something I really enjoy. The staff is great, the DJs are great, so it's very friendly. So I'm really happy with the vibe of, you know, being part of the label. But that's more like the internal side of it. Like to the outside world, I think it's just really, it's a great look to be affiliated with them. They are amazing at pushing records. The events are amazing. So yeah, what more do you want as a house DJ?
If you could define your sound, because I know we were having a conversation earlier about tech house music, is there something that you could define that differentiates those subgenres?
If people ask me what I do, I like to call it like house music with balls. So it needs to be bassy and heavy in the low end. And I love it for a little bit of drive, a little bit of groove. So it hints to tech house now and again. Usually there's a vocal in there. So let's say vocals for the ladies and the bass for the boys. But I feel I'm a little bit in the middle. I don't really like this super tech house, but I love it. I love the groove and the drive of it, but it needs to stay friendly, as in not too aggressive, and I love a little vocal on it. So that's kind of where I wobble in between house and tech house a little bit.
Sure. And speaking of Defected earlier, one question that I've been getting a lot on the radio show is when artists are signing to labels, what is that process? Because I know that from the outside it might look a little bit confusing that maybe in pop music, when people sign to a label, they're just stuck with that label and they don't really have the freedom to do things anywhere else. Is there a differentiation between signing with the label and having to just stick with them, or being able to release tracks on different labels? Like, what's that process like?
It depends on your deal and what you want. There's loads of people who release on different labels and are happy with that. I personally prefer that, because next to the fact that there's a few other labels I work with that I feel that they do a great job. And that's how I prefer to do it. You know, choose a few labels that you feel do great work in pushing the record and the marketing behind it and the strategy behind it, instead of just releasing it and see what happens. There's certain labels that really do great work in like being creative and on TikTok, on Instagram or whatever. Also on the back end, like good distributor and all that. So I just choose. I prefer a couple of labels to work with that I'm really happy with what they did before.
So one thing that we do here at On the Rail with Techno Tawsh, I actually go live every Thursday on Twitch, and I do a cooking show mixed with playing electronic music. So this is going to be a totally random question, but I just want to ask you something personal. What is your favorite dish or favorite food? Maybe if you want to share with us.
I love Thai food. If I could choose, but just the basic stuff they do, it's very easy, like chicken, rice, basil. If you do it in Thailand, it's amazing. just in general Asian food. Plus, I love French fries. I'm a very picky eater. I don't eat cheese. I don't eat fish. I don't eat mushrooms, and there's loads of other shit I don't eat. So, if I could choose, I'd choose Asian food.
Okay, and I know that you said you're from the Netherlands. Where are you from exactly?
From the south, called Eindhoven.
Okay, because one thing I discovered, not just during ADE, because I was there this year, but I've been going in and out of Amsterdam, and I was actually surprised by the amount of Asian food that was there. I didn't realize because of the colonization or
Indonesia.
Yes, Indonesia. Thank you. But yes, I mentioned earlier that I got really turned on by you by Back Tomorrow, and I know that you mentioned on social media that you would be doing maybe a possible follow-up track with Jem Cook.
It's done. We're ready. It's just finding a right time to do it now, because she, of course, has a lot of other projects as well. Same for me, and now we're just figuring out a date for it. It's going to go on Defected, but we're just figuring out what the date would be and when we're going to do it. But it's done. I love it. It's a bit deeper than Back Tomorrow, but Jem is amazing. She's such a great vocalist and a great writer. So it's a pleasure to work with her, and I'm really happy with our follow-up.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us, or anything else besides that track that may be coming out soon?
There's loads of bits, but I'm a little bit restricted in stuff I can say. I finished about 10 new songs or something, so there's loads of new stuff coming. There's a tour coming in the US next year that I can't really say when, but it's soon. It's going to be very busy next year, so just pay attention to social media or website if you're into the music, because there's loads more coming.
Thank you so much, Ferreck Dawn, for joining us for the Unveil of Techno Tawsh, and hopefully we'll catch you soon.
Thank you.
Only wanna know you'll be there tomorrow.
Okay.
Wow.
Are you okay?
Yeah.